more ahead. Itamar Ben-Gvir going to the Temple Mount this morning.
The Temple Mount came back into Jewish hands, opening the door to the building of the third Jewish temple.
I think we're seeing a lot of these birth pangs that Jesus spoke of.
The world, as you know, is a fast-changing space. It has therefore become a critical period, as numerous religions predict that we are at the very end of time. But what are the signs? This is where the third temple gets important. Its building is a crucial event in the last days, consequential to the appearance of the Messiah. Today, ancient prophecies are now resurfacing as there's finally hope that the third temple might be completed soon. What does this mean? Will the Messiah finally show up? Is this really the end? Keep watching to find out. As the days roll by, a spree of prophecies comes to pass about the world's end. The Euphrates River is drying up, Siloam Pool is being reopened, alongside many other crazy prophecies that seem to be coming to pass. However, eyes still seem to be on Jerusalem as the different religions of the world still watch out for an important prophetic event, the building of the third temple. The third temple refers to a hypothetical future reconstruction of the temple in Jerusalem, which played a significant role in ancient Jewish history. The third temple would be a descendant of the first and second temple. The first temple, also known as Solomon's Temple, was built in the 10th century BCE and was destroyed by the Babylonians in 586 BCE. Following this, the second temple was constructed in the 6th century BCE and later renovated by King Herod, but it was destroyed by the Romans in 70 CE. Ezra 2, 68, 6, 7. According to Jewish religious beliefs and certain interpretations of biblical prophecy, building the third temple is crucial for the future. To the Jews, building the Temple Mount would usher in the long-awaited Messianic age, wherein the Messiah would conquer the enemies of Israel and rule the world from Jerusalem, eliminating all evil from the face of the earth. For the Christian, however, things are simple. To them the Messiah had already shown up in the person of Jesus Christ and would only be coming again to wrap things up, ending the wicked world. The building of the third temple is crucial to fulfilling some biblical prophecies. By this, we mean that the construction of the third temple is seen by some as a crucial step in fulfilling messianic and redemptive prophecies. As the days go by, the excitement of the Jews is clearly not hidden. As Gershon Salomon puts it, building the third temple is an act that must be done to complete the redemption of the people of the Bible in the land of the Bible. He says he cannot imagine an Israeli state or Israeli life in this country without the Temple Mount at the center of his life. Gershon Salomon leads the Temple Mount Faithful, a group working to get Israel ready for rebuilding the temple. They organized demonstrations at the temple site, built a cornerstone for the third temple, and made temple-related tools. Salomon believes that building the third temple is crucial for the redemption of the people of Israel in their biblical homeland. To him, the Temple Mount is essential for the Israeli state and the lives of its people. In addition, Rabbi Nachman Kahan, a well-known rabbi who is already 75 years old, speaks with all certainty that he is sure the third temple will be built on the Temple Mount in his lifetime. He adds that what is required for the construction is already on the ground. The Temple Institute, established by one of Rabbi Kahan's pupils in 1987, is already doing so much to speed up the building process. It has prepared men who would serve in the temple and has gathered temple tools and instruments like the table of showbread, the altar of incense, and the golden menorah. Currently, the golden menorah stands as an exhibit in Jerusalem facing the Western Wall Plaza, being made of 95 pounds of pure gold and worth over $2 million. This precious tool has had issues being converted because of its value in the past. The Roman Empire took the first and original menorah after the Second Temple's destruction. We know this because an engraving that displays the first menorah, a candelabra with 7 branches, was sighted on the Arch of Titus in Rome, suggesting that the original menorah could still be in Rome today. The Temple Institute has also found the Ark of the Covenant, a highly significant holy possession of the Jews. It was last sighted in King Solomon's temple, but has now been confirmed by 3 Jews, 2 rabbis, and 1 Jewish activist. Today, Numerous groups have evolved to stir Israeli society and garner support for the reconstruction of the Third Temple through various means, including demonstrations, advocating for policy changes, and even producing temple-related artifacts. But what are the obstacles, and why has the Temple Mount not been built already? It is important to note that rebuilding the temple is a complex and sensitive issue, with implications for religious beliefs and political and cultural considerations. The Third Temple campaign seems to meet with the Muslims at a crossroads. This is because the Temple Mount, where the previous temple stood, is significant for multiple religious traditions, including Islam. The Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest mosque in Islam, is located on the southern end of the Temple Mount, and the Dome of the Rock, their iconic golden domed shrine, occupies the compound's center. Muslims believe that the Al-Aqsa Mosque is where Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven during the night journey, and they're not ready to give it up. What this means is that any potential plans or actions related to the rebuilding of the temple would likely involve intricate negotiations and discussions among various stakeholders. Regarding the possibility of the Third Temple dwelling side by side with Islamic structures, the chances seem to be very slim, as the Israeli government confirms building the Third Temple on the Temple Mount cannot happen without demolishing the Dome of the Rock. The question is, how possible can this be without a war? The conflict over the Temple Mount remains enduring. In 2022, the Israeli government approved a plan to build a new Jewish prayer space on the Temple Mount. Some initially saw this as a step towards the eventual rebuilding of the Third Temple. The plan to build a new Jewish prayer space on the Temple Mount was approved in November 2022. The plan called for the construction of a prayer hall and a visitor center on the southern side of the mount. However, the plan was opposed by Palestinians who believe the Temple Mount is their holy site. Let's talk about the amazing recent discoveries of the Jews in the Temple Mount. In 2023, Jewish activists began excavating on the Temple Mount. Some saw this as an attempt to find evidence of the Second Temple, which would support the claim that the Third Temple should be built there. The Jewish activists who began excavating on the Temple Mount in February 2023 were from the Temple Mount Faithful organization. The organization has been trying to gain access to the Temple Mount for years to conduct archaeological excavations. They claim to have found evidence of the Second Temple in February 2023 from the excavations. The group said they found several artifacts, including pottery, coins, and a stone with an inscription that they believe refers to the Second Temple. However, the Israeli government has not confirmed the group's findings, and some experts doubt their authenticity. The excavation of the Temple Mount Faithful was controversial and led to Palestinian protests. The Israeli government eventually halted the excavation, and the artifacts found by the group have been turned over to the Israeli Antiquities Authority for further study. The authenticity of the artifacts found by the Temple Mount Faithful is still being debated. Some experts believe the artifacts are genuine, while others believe they are forgeries. The Israeli Antiquities Authority still needs to make a definitive statement. But what about the prophecies? In the grand orchestration of things, prophecies have always been known to come in handy as a peep into the future. Interestingly, the demand to pay more attention to them is rising. This is because the times are changing and are in fact running out. Most religions seem to agree that we are in the last days, which is the climax. Now, this is where the Third Temple comes in. According to prophecies, the Third Temple should exist in the last days. Like that is not enough, it would suffer an invasion by the Antichrist, the son of perdition, and he would alienate the children of God from the temple once again. Following this would be the coming of the Messiah, who would conquer the enemy in righteousness. Daniel documents this prophecy in his book. While the Third Temple seems highly relevant to divine timings, the Christians are not bothered by the lack of a Third Temple, as they do not really need it to worship God.